Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading the Red this Thursday morning. And it's getting brighter and a little bit cold, but I think it's going to be a sunny day. Matthew chapter 20, verse 2. We are looking at this story that Jesus tells, this parable, where he's trying to draw out from it insight for the disciples. And he began the story yesterday by going into a marketplace to look for labourers to work in his vineyard. And today he says in verse 2, he says, when he had agreed with the labourers for a denarius for a day, he sent them into the vineyard. So he finds himself some nice big strong boys, and he thinks to himself, they're due to work in my vineyard to do what I want them to do. And so he negotiates with them a denarii. Now, it was the representation of a day's wages. So he comes and he says to them, will you work with me for a day to do what I want? And these labourers, at the beginning of the day, they say yes. And then he asks, what will the pay be? And they agree together, 1 day's wages, a denarius. And so they agree together to pay, as it were, and receive the right amount of money in order to be able to do what the man, the landowner, wants done in his vineyard. And this sense of building this picture up for the disciples is, as it were, like pressing them in with air and expanding their perspectives to gain, as it were, a better level of insight. So he's building this story in them because he wants them to get the point at the end of it. And so, if you like, Jesus is going pump, 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 and he's pushing in and he's identifying with these disciples everything that they would be familiar with, because they knew all about working and wages and payment. They all knew about how to get work and how to serve a master and do what the master wants. Truth is, many people who become Christians don't want to serve the master. They want the master to serve them. It's like the tail wagging the dog. But we need to remember and realize as Christians that God has invited us into his kingdom in order to be able to do his will, not our will. And so as we go through this story, there's this pumping in of insight that Jesus offers the disciples. And we'll pump some more in tomorrow. Have a great day.